Okay, today we're going to talk about paradiddles. It's called a paradiddle. I think it should be called a paradouble, but that's just me. So let's do this for a while. I'm going to have my right hand on tom 2 and my left hand on tom 1. Here we go. I'll give you a 4 count and off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can call your drums and cymbals a sound source. It's a source of sound. So let's move our sound source. I'll pick the right hand on the ride cymbal. And how about the left hand on the snare? So here I go. Right, left, right, Okay, so now let's add a bass drum to your right hand, so it'll sound like this. And one of my teachers at one point was very fond of having me listen to one hand by itself, like with rudiments. And I developed this thing where you can hear the song. I call it the song of the paradiddle or the song of the radimacue or whatever. So let's just hear the right hand only, and you'll notice that sounds like a cool song. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You can add your snare drum on 2 and 4, and an easy way to do that, to make that distinction, to make it sound different, is just hit a rim shot with your left hand. Rim shot, of course, is when you're hitting the center of the drum just normal, and you're also hitting the rim together. And I like to say that a great way to practice this is start from the rim part and then just angle your hand this way until you start to get the sound that you're after. And another way, at least to start, is just put your stick on the head and then hold it where you want the desired sound. So that's touching here and touching here. And then you're just going to use your wrist, you're going to use your forearm a little bit. Pay attention to how you're sitting. I would rather hear somebody practicing like this. I would rather hear this sound than hear this sound. Because this extreme means you're getting the rim. Now just back off a little bit. You can also move forward and backward, and you'll just hear different sounds, and you'll get more and more used to successfully hitting rim shots. So. A very distinct sound. So now if I play a paradiddle and I accent beats 2 and 4, like 1, E, and up, E, and up, E, and up, E, and up. Right? Add my bass drum in. You can hit it harder to make it louder. You can also hit everything else softer, and that'll make it seem louder. So. this louder, 2 and 4 louder, just make everything else quieter. Adding your rim shot in as a sound also makes it sound louder. You don't have to necessarily hit it harder. You kind of will hit it naturally a little bit harder, but so 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's put our right hand on the hi-hat. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pro tip, each rhythm will have its own place where it feels really happy. You could do anything slow or fast, and I encourage you to try different tempos, speed it up, slow it down. But for my money, this sounds good right about here. Sounds good. You can do it faster. Experience and time and messing around with different songs and going slow and speeding it up and slowing back down, that's how you'll come to figure out what you like, what tempo you like. Okay, so here's the trick at the bottom of the page, and this is just a fun little paradiddle exercise that you can use for fills and for a drum solo. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to just speed it up now a little bit faster, and I'm going to start moving around the drum set. You can play along, you can just observe. So here's a fun pro tip for you. Practice your rudiments, practice your fills, practice your tricks by speeding them up. Stay relaxed and speed them up, kind of test yourself. But if you stay in that relaxed mode, you're good. And here's the trick. Once you get to a point where it's kind of working for you, maybe there or even a little bit slower, use that in a fill. So I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to pretend I'm starting from the beginning and speeding this up, and then I'm going to stop at that tempo, go into a beat, use it as a fill. Here I go. Okay, so there you go. Go back to the beginning, play along with that whole thing, memorize it, and I'll see you on the next one.